Hi, so welcome to the last in the series of our LinkedIn videos for accountants. Today we're going to be covering hashtags and polls. Hashtags, you might ask, what on earth is a hashtag? So, best practice on LinkedIn is to use three hashtags in a post. And I'm just going to show you in the search bar up here why you might use a hashtag. So, let's use, for example, hashtag accountant, and it will bring up how many people are following that as a hashtag. So it's got over 90,000 followers as a hashtag. So you could choose to follow that yourself, and that's going to then give you insights into what people are posting with that hashtag. Equally, if you scroll down, because we've searched the hashtag accountants, it's going to show you posts that have that hashtag in it. So it can be a really useful resource when you're thinking about what should you be posting about. You can use a hashtag as a search to see what others are saying. So you've got Mark Lee here talking with an accountancy hashtag. Remember, obviously, LinkedIn is a worldwide platform, so some of this will be from outside the UK. Some of it will be of interest, some of it won't, but it just helps give you some insight into what sort of hashtags you might want to use. Now, the other thing we wanted to cover in today's session was polls. Love them or loathe them, they can be super useful for creating content. So, to post a poll is really simple. You start a post, and then down here you've got the create a poll option. So, you pop your question in, and then you have your answers, and you pop those in there. And then you would post it. Obviously, I'm not going to post it, so we'll go back. What I can do is show you a poll that I've done recently, and that will hopefully give you some insight into why you might want to do one. So here we go. This is one I literally did yesterday. And this is definitely going to be a divisive poll. People will probably feel quite strongly one way or the other on it. So we've been getting some referrals, thankfully, recently from partners that we work with. And I always like to thank a referral, whether I win the business or not. The fact that they have put me forward is something I believe should be acknowledged. But unless I know the person super well, it's quite difficult to know how to acknowledge it. Do they like chocolate, cake, flowers, alcohol? You wouldn't want to offend somebody when you're trying to thank them. So I thought I was looking at the person's profile on LinkedIn, and there is no personal information on there. There's no place for it. So this poll is about, should LinkedIn have a personal section where you can put like your hobbies and your interests. Now, as you can see from the poll at the moment, it's got 70 votes and 66% of people think no. I'll be really interested, and I'd love you guys to go on and vote. I'd be very interested to see what that poll ends up as. But it's had 2,360 views. There are a lot of people at the moment with polls, misguided in my sense, saying, are polls a waste of time? That type of poll, yes, it's an absolute waste of time, and don't do them because it's wasting people's time, and we'll start to get poll fatigue and people won't take part in them. But what this is going to give me in 6 days' time when the poll finishes is some data that I can then use for a blog or as a post. So in 6 days' time, it might be that the consensus is we shouldn't have a personal section on LinkedIn. So I'll write that up. I'll say I disagree, of course, because I think we should. But it'd be interesting to find out. And if you wanted to see some other polls, I'll just give you an example further down because I do quite a lot of polls. I do find them really interesting. They're a great way of temperature checking something you think. So, for example, one here, um, we run a group of ladies' lunch clubs, and we polled the membership with 14% saying yes to getting back to networking ASAP, 43% after June the 21st, and 43% after everyone's vaccinated. And no one saying no. And interestingly, that pretty much mirrored what my LinkedIn poll said, with the difference that 14% of people said they didn't think they'll get back to face networking in 2021. So it gives you an opportunity, like I say, to write that up. So that's hashtags and polls for you. There is still so much more to LinkedIn. I remind myself often of the different things that you can do on LinkedIn every time I do training. So if there's something I haven't covered, or if you would like to organise LinkedIn training for your teams, just get in touch with us. We'd be delighted to do so, and hope you're keeping well. Thank you.